Welcome to the Ark. I am Corinna. I am the mommy. Welcome. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Welcome today, guys. I hope that you all are having a great day today, that you all are having a great start to your week, and that you all are well. If you're coming over from my last video, from my first video, which is the one with where I show part one of my Cabbage Patch collection, and I do all my Advent stuff, go over there because then you can see what my Secret Santa got for me for Christmas. And so it's Advent Vlog 9, if you guys are wondering. But anyway, this is what I said that I was going to do this afternoon. We are doing a mental health discussion this afternoon. This is long overdue. Just so you all who are joining us for the first time, I have dissociation identity disorder. So on this channel, we do a lot of mental health discussions. And I do prayer time. I do Bible study time. I will not be doing that in this video because I've already done that. I did that all in my first video. If you do ever have a prayer request, though, please feel free to add it to the comment section of any video, and we will pray over it with you. Now, we are going to do a much long overdue mental health discussion today, guys. I have, and I also want to show you guys what I just got from Amazon. My package from Amazon is here. It's actually a day early. I am very impressed. We have Amazon Prime now, and I am very impressed. It has paid for itself already. $15 a month and it's paid for itself already. Amazing. It's amazing. So anyway, guys, this is my therapy baby, Hannah, and we are going to change her really quick while I give you an overview of what we're going to be doing in this video. Or maybe I'll leave her in there for now and then I'll change her in a little while because I got to feed her now anyway. I got to feed her. She's hungry. But anyway, we are going to do a mental health discussion today, guys. And Hannah is actually, she was actually recommended for me, so I'm going to give you guys an overview for anybody who is new. She was actually prescribed for me by my therapist to help me reconnect to my childhood, the trauma in my childhood. Is she working? Yes, she is. I have actually had some memories of some very things that I've forgotten. Things that my alters. Now, my alters are very protective of me. And if they are triggered, look out, because they will come out. And in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the stress. Because some of us are having anxiety attacks. I'm having anxiety attacks. I'm having panic attacks. Yesterday, I could barely breathe because of anxiety. It's just been, we have like one thing after another. Hold on, because if this is your first time, I also have my mother who has dementia. So hold on, I want to see what she's doing, what she needs. So anyway, guys, I'm back. Okay, now, Hannah is working. Hannah is doing her job. This is what's called an Intheark. Intheark is my feed and my chats. I no longer do change in chats because I cannot concentrate and do a change in a chat. I can concentrate better when I'm feeding Hannah than when I'm, because for my discussions, for my chats, I have to be able to focus. And by feeding Hannah, that's what I do. One of the things that I'm going to say this, one of the things that one of the things that I do when my anxiety is heightened is I spend time with my babies. And yesterday, I want to show you what, we took a picture of it. Hannah wasn't the one out. It was Mabel and Mariah. Yes, guys, if this is your first time, I have a full nursery. We were watching TV, so I want to show you that. Can you guys see that? Mabel, Mariah, and I were watching television.
Watching season who?
We were actually watching a movie.
Where?
Huh?
Where?
Where?
Yeah.
Here at home. We're watching it here at home, Mama Roo. So anyway, guys, that was what we were doing yesterday, and that kind of helped me a little bit, just to be able to sit, just be able to relax, just be able to do something. And holding my babies, guys, you know, this might seem weird to some of you watching this for the first time, but these guys are great for anxiety. They're great therapy. This is my little Hannah Banana. She is my original therapy baby. She is the one that I got to reconnect me to my childhood originally. Then I saw Mabel, one of the ones you saw in there, and fell in love with her. And I had Mariah, which was the other one in there. And so I had already had Mariah. I did not realize what she was. I'd gotten her from somebody who was giving some of their dolls away. She was downsizing her collection. And so, but for me, yes, I know Hannah's in something that's way too big for her, which is fine. I'm going to change her anyway. And this is like a little bit big for her. I got to put this on a baby that's actually going to fit. But anyway, we're going to feed Hannah. We're going to talk a little bit about something that we're going to talk a little bit about our stress and our triggers right now. That's what you see in the title, stress and triggers, and this is a much overdue mental health issue, mental health discussion, chat, whatever you want to call it. But okay, here it goes, guys. You heard me say I have dissociation identity disorder. I also have OCD, and I have battled depression. I do not battle that anymore, because for those of you who don't know me and haven't been on one of my videos, I am a born-again Christian, and I believe that God can deliver us, and He has delivered me from my depression. That is one thing I'm free from. I do have an altar inside my head that I battle. We call her Doom and Gloom. I don't even want to give her a name. I don't like her.
Who don't you like?
Believe me, I have 3 altars that I don't mind because they're very protective of me. Very protective of me.
Well, what about me?
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too, Mom. I love you too, Mom Maru.
Good.
Anywave, they're very protective of me. I have a mama altar, which we call Mama Bev. I have Mabel, who is 5, who actually, this was her idea. My therapist and I just went along with it. And Sally, who is the altar who, from the time that I was 9 to the time that I was 14, was out more than any of the other ones. And then she's been out on and off whenever she gets triggered. She is the one that is very protective of me. Mama Bev is protective, but she is the gatekeeper. And gatekeepers normally don't come out. So, or at least, and me, we have found that Mama Bev will come out like a roaring lion when she has to. And it has to be one that Sally just cannot handle. It's a trigger that Sally's just not able to handle. But for her, it's got to be a really bad trigger. As I've gotten stronger, she has backed off a little bit. For me, it's a strength thing. For anybody, their triggers are a strength thing. Right now, there's a lot of us that are struggling with our mental health. Now, this is the whole point of my video. We are struggling with our mental health. I am struggling. I want to share some triggers that I've been struggling with. You guys know that well, some of you that have watched me for a while know that, one of my biggest triggers this year so far, well, anyway, the last few months, has been we had a tree fall on our roof and put a hole in it. And it did some other damage to our home and to the outside of our home. And the contractor decided to take the money and run. He fixed the roof, but that was it. They were supposed to fix some other stuff too, and they didn't. So that was a trigger. And of course, I had to go find another contractor. and I had to do things that were just, it's just been a long haul. Well, of course, I just got stressed out over that. Um, let's see. We have Xfinity Mobile. Can't wait till June when we can get rid of them. Um, but they are the customer service from HE Double Hockey Sticks. They are very bad customer service. And I talked to them one day last week, and I had a panic and anxiety attack just because I had to talk to them. Then that same day, here's a really big trigger that I want to talk about. I went to pick up a prescription at the pharmacy, and the pharmacist and some woman were standing there talking, and I was like, no, I really need to pick up this prescription and get out of here. It was like 6 o'clock at night because we had to stop somewhere before that. And so I was like, can you please move I just asked him very nicely too. I didn't ask him very meanly. I just asked him, I said, can you please move your conversation to the side so I can pick up my prescription? Well, all three of them proceeded to yell and scream at me. That caused me to start shaking and start crying. I actually went to the manager of the store, and he was worried that I wouldn't be able to finish my shopping because I was that. He said, you don't look so good. I said, I'm not doing so well. I'm shaking on the inside and I'm crying. That triggered me. I've had some triggers on and off. It has been. That's all I got to say. It has been. I've been triggered. Plus I've had to deal with the Postal Service. Now, if you haven't seen my videos, my Secret Santa is sending me a Christmas present, sent me a Christmas present for every day to open until Christmas. And so I've been opening them on my videos. Go over and watch today's and see what she sent me. She's been sending me some really cool stuff, and it's been fun. This is the time of year that everybody gets so stressed out. Stress can cause so many things to your body. I know for me, it's causing my heart to race. It's causing me to not be able to breathe properly. The more that I relax, like doing this with Hannah, really helps me relax. And this is a much needed, much overdue mental health discussion. I have not had one with you guys for a while because I've been so caught up in my Christmas stuff that I just haven't been thinking about it. I have been thinking about it, but I haven't. So anyway, that was a trigger. Then I was triggered in another store. This is why I do Walmart and Amazon. I don't get triggered when I go on Amazon. The only thing I do on Amazon is I buy stuff I don't need. Like I did today. Like I did here. Although these are really cool stuff that I have in there. Some really nice stuff. Mom, do you have to go? Do you have to go?
I gotta get out. No,
Do you have to go?
I'm
Okay.
hurting bad.
Hold on. I will be right back. She has to go to the bathroom, I think, so I'll be right back. Sorry. I've been trying to get her going. Anyway. So anyway, this is the time of year that stress is really running rampant. It does all sorts of things. Like Heidi, they think that her hives are coming from stress. And, and we have just not had a mental health discussion for a while. So, we are going to have a little bit of one today. What does God say about all of our stress? What does He say? The one thing that I do is I lean on the Lord, and He helps. And, it helps to lean on the Lord. I mean, I was just crying out to Him all day yesterday. And I had to sit yesterday and just watch. We watched Miracle on 34th Street yesterday, which was nice, the original version, in color. But we watched that, and I just relaxed, which helped. We have been so busy, and I have been so stressed, and we've been dealing with a lot. And in therapy right now, we are talking about the one thing that stresses me out the most.
Oh,
my experience with my teachers. Because you see, for some of you who haven't heard this before, it was a teacher who sexually assaulted me when I was 9, between the ages of 9 and 13 in a Christian school. And the other teachers were backing him up and were protecting him, not me. And when apparently Sally wanted to say that she was uncomfortable with something, they started to beat me. They started to force me to do things that children should not be forced to do. And there was all kinds of mean things said to me. I was told that I was worthless, that God didn't love me.
Who told you that?
They told me all kind of lies. The teachers from the Christian school that I went to, Mom.
What Christian school? Where I live?
No, from the Christian school from the Christian school that you sent me to. But anyway, I was called a horrible child. I was called a horrible person, that God didn't love me, that I deserved to be left out of things. And we've been talking about that in therapy. Then on the other hand, and this is the one thing that, actually this is my homework. My homework for this week is I have to make a list of all the positive things that my one teacher in high school did, that 2 of my teachers in high school did for me. I would so love to reconnect with them because they were just wonderful to me. They don't know what they did for me. My self-image, my self-image is really bad. For the longest time, I didn't know who I was as a result of being abused at that young age.
Corey,
What?
can you take her up the line?
Yes, Mom. Hold on for a second, guys. I will be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Plus, this time of year is really stressful. But anyway, as I was talking, they gave me, when I was going to that Christian school, I was in a really it was just, you'd be surprised what I went through. But, what does God say about our, hold on. Okay, guys, sorry. I had to close the blinds because he was barking at something that just passed. A neighbor came home and, he was barking at that. Now he has nothing to bark at. He doesn't like that. But anyway, I just thought maybe we'd have a little mental health discussion today. And I'd share something about the fact that I have been triggered and I have been struggling. With you all, I have been struggling as well. One of the things, though, that my therapist and I have going on is, one thing is, and I was going to talk about this in the catch-up video tomorrow. Because tomorrow we're going to do a catch-up lunch video. Sorry, guys. I want to put Hannah up here. But anyway, to do a catch-up lunch video. And so I'll tell you that tomorrow. When I have a clearer picture of it. But anyway, how about this? I have been triggered a lot. Some days more than most. It wasn't a huge trigger, but while we were at the mall on Saturday, I didn't leave the house on Friday. I ended up getting triggered by a woman who was already in line. She was already up at the register. I walk up to the register and I get a dirty look. I'm like, please don't do that. And then the cashier said, you might want to go over there because we're going to be a while. And I said, thanks. So I went over and, it was a much more pleasant experience than I think I would have had if I would have stayed at that register. But she had like 50 coats or something. It was just really, really wild. But she could have been buying them to give away for Christmas. I'm right here, Mom.
Where?
I'm out here. But anyway, we're going to talk about. Did you go potty, Mom?
I don't know what's going on. This is bad. It just flies in. I don't want a baby to get it.
Oh, Mom, there's not going to get anything. I know what it is. I know what's wrong. Yeah, I know what's wrong. But anyway, anyhow, guys, let's continue with our mental health discussion.
Is
You know,
this okay?
this is the time of year, and all times of year, but we are all, so many of us are struggling with our triggers, with our mental health, with stress. And the holidays are very stressful. They really are. Some people are struggling with depression. And so, it's just the most joyous, wonderful time of the year is what we call this, is for some people not so joyful and not so wonderful because of the fact that they are struggling with their mental health. We, guys, I gotta say that, holding Hannah does something for me. Holding Mabel yesterday afternoon during that movie was great. It helped me because I want to explain this because once I sat with Hannah, or with Mabel rather, and Mariah, I had Mabel here, Mariah here, and I was just snuggling with them during the entire movie. Once the movie was over, I felt so much better because I sat here for that length of time and just held my babies. For those of you who don't know, reborns are really,
What
really
do I
great
do
therapy.
with this thing?
You can throw it away if you used it, Mom.
I'm going to use
Sorry, guys.
it.
My ear just, yeah. If you then use it. So anyway, we just had a really good afternoon. I did anyway, after having, I've been having panic attacks. I've been having anxiety attacks. And, this is the time of year, I think, that the struggle, and mine is about, now I mentioned this in my first video, but mine is also because I'm nearing the 30th anniversary of something really big. 3 years ago, 2 days after Christmas, I was rushed to the hospital.
For what?
Unbeknownst to me, I was dying.
What?
I was in diabetic ketoacidosis, and I had a sepsis infection, which caused me, I was in septic shock when they took me to the hospital. I was in and out of what they call a coma. And, well, anyway, I'll talk about that another time. But I have a lot of anxiety around this time of year because of that. My anxiety heightens. And this year, it seems to be causing me to have panic attacks. But everything else around me does too. You guys will notice when I pray, if you watch me, if you've watched me before, and you know that when I pray for our triggers, and I say we have triggers every day. That is me. I get triggered every day. I don't know about you guys, but I have triggers every day.
What do you do?
Stress is there, and stress does odd things. Just like I said, Heidi's having hives, and they think it's coming from the stress. I'm having breathing problems, and it's from stress. I'm having panic attacks. When you are stressed, you have panic attacks, you have anxiety attacks, you can get hives. Physically, mentally, and spiritually, your body just doesn't react well. And there can be physical consequences to stress. So I just wanted to share some.
Well, share it quick.
I just wanted to share some with you guys today. I am going to do my identity in Christ today. This is actually, I want to do first, before we do my identity in Christ, which if you ever want a copy of it, just let me know. And You can email me and I will email you a copy of this. What I will do is I will write it in your email. And then you can print it off if you have a printer. This is a really good thing. So anyway, John 14:27. I also use the Bible, guys. This is the King James Version. This is what God says about our stress and about our triggers and about our anxiety. This is what God says. We're gonna go ahead and do what God says now. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. We do not have to be worried. We do not have to be scared. We do not have to be afraid. We do not have to live. You know, the enemy is attacking our minds. When he can't attack us any other way, he attacks our minds. And that's what he does to me. When he can't attack me any other way, you'll never guess where he goes. Doom and gloom, we really think, was put there for a reason. To be the catalyst and to be the anti-protector. And we all know who that is. I believe my DID came from God. I believe that my altars are so protective of me for a reason. Because God's protective of me. And when he couldn't stop that act the first time, that's when he decided to let my mind go into different parts. I do get triggered, and I get triggered bad. I'm going to admit that. When I get triggered, it's bad. They come out. And I have this guilty complex once I know that they've been out. And yes, there is a way I can tell. Plus, my husband will tell me. And I feel really bad because they're usually not so nice to him. But, you know, this time of year, I have more triggers. We all do. But God says, I give you peace. God's peace. Let's go ahead and read. Well, can I read it first, Mom?
Go ahead.
Okay. My identity in Christ. This my therapist gave me when I first started seeing him because I needed to know who I was. You know, when you have DID, a lot of times you just associate with your identity is you don't know who you are. You really don't.
Who?
You get confused. You have an identity crisis, basically. Disassociation identity disorder is actually like an identity crisis. Okay, guys?
Who are you talking about?
Because of the fact that I'm having an identity crisis. Because I could 1 minute be me, and then all of a sudden, I'm not me anymore. I'm Sally. Because Sally is there. Let me see what time it is. Oh my goodness. Because Sally is... That's weird. Anyway, so anyhow, this is my identity in Christ, guys. Because of Christ's redemption, I am a new creation of great worth. I am deeply loved, completely forgiven, fully pleasing, totally accepted by God, and absolutely complete in Christ. There has never been another person like me in the history of mankind, nor will there ever be. God has made me an original, one-of-a-kind, really somebody. If you guys want a copy of this, my email is in the description. Feel free to email me and I will email you. I will write it in an email and I will send it to you. Unless you want me to mail it, and then I will go copy it and mail it to you. But it's easier to email these days, especially with the postal service. So anyway, guys, that was my discussion. I just wanted to have a little discussion and just talk about God's peace in this time, you know, and our triggers and things like that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this discussion. I hope that you have a blessed, wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us in the Ark and having this little discussion with us. We hope that you come back tomorrow. and visit with us tomorrow and hang. Tomorrow is going to be probably part 2 of my Cabbage Patch collection, the Advent stuff. Then we're going to have lunch together. Yes, you're going to come, you're going to hang, and we're just going to have a great time tomorrow. So I hope that you have a blessed and wonderful day. Tomorrow is our makeup lunch from Friday, since for some of you who don't know, my tripod went kaput. Do you want me to show you my Amazon haul really quick? It's just a little haul. It's just like two DVDs and a book. So I'll get them out and I will show them to you tomorrow. So have a blessed, wonderful day, and we will see you all tomorrow. We love you all, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. I hope that you enjoyed our little long overdue discussion. Bye, guys.